Jake and Marissa back again for more live reactions to Power Rangers Ninja Steel. And welcome to our 100th live reaction. Can you believe this? We have actually done a full 100 of these. It's kind of amazing.
So that's why you gave me a hat and a horn?
Yes. And that's also why I gave myself one. But I counted it up because somebody pointed it out, because I was bringing it up when I did our 5-year anniversary video, and somebody double-checked my count, and then I double-checked my count this morning. We did 44 Dino Charge live reactions. We've done 36 Q Ranger live reactions, which brings us to 80. And this is the second, and this is penultimate to the finale. Plus we had the Halloween special, so that makes our 20th Ninja Steel reaction. 80 plus 20, 100 live reactions. We probably want to limit that because it is still very early in the morning on a Sunday. We are doing 5 a.m. on a Sunday. I feel bad for our neighbors.
That's because last night we had the more Potsners over for filming.
We did so much filming. It was very exciting.
Yes.
We got to use...
But the studio makes things so much easier.
It's so great.
Because that means that when Jake is futzing around with the set and moving the camera around and the lights around, which he will do for like half an hour, 40 minutes.
It takes a while. Which
makes everybody else really bored and wish they could be place else.
Yep.
Somebody else.
And this way I'm not blocking the TV.
He's doing all of that, and we three are out here watching Rick and Morty.
Yep. So it was good times. But yeah, it's hard to believe that this is actually our 100th.
And I disavow all those Szechuan sauce freaks.
Yes, that's just silly. Can you believe that this is actually our 100th live reaction?
No. That's why I was just like, why are you giving me a hat? What's this horn for?
Well, this year in particular, we've been doing
2 a week.
2 a week for a good chunk of it.
Yeah.
This is also our 3rd year doing it. So it had...
They add up.
Your head is very funny right now because it's not completely tight on your head, so it's kind of narrowed, and so when you nod your head, it just rocks back and forth on top of your head.
Look, the reason for that is that the string on this hat is adjusted to go over Dr. K's wig. Which I am not wearing.
That is true.
So it is loose.
These are those same hats that
we've been using these hats forever, and they're just made out of construction paper and scotch tape.
They've held up fairly well.
And twine, because that was the only string we had in the house.
Yep. This was for when Database and Dr. K did their 1-year celebration of Power Reviews, because we had just done...
Oh yeah, but
we managed to do 40 episodes.
Your hat is collapsing as well.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
They don't want to be round anymore.
Yeah, because they are stored as flat.
Well, you know, you probably should store them flat in the other direction.
Probably, yeah.
So that when they flatten out this way, they flatten out for the camera.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. These are very silly hats.
I'm doing my best impression of David the Gnome.
Yeah. And we actually won't have a live reaction next week for Power Rangers, apparently. Because,
you will find the kingdom.
Oh no, we got started on David the Gnome.
Gnome.
Anywho, they're apparently taking a week off next week, I think because of a SpongeBob movie or something. But so the season finale of Power Rangers won't be for 2 weeks, is what I read.
Actually, Kingdom of the Gnome was about his cousin Klaus.
Good to know. But thank you all for sticking with us up through 99 of these so far.
And hopefully you'll still be here at the end of this one so we can say you stuck through 100.
Yeah. Which is still kind of amazing because this was originally started as just sort of a one-off thing for the premiere of Dino Charge.
Well, that's why the original one is still listed as a Jake Says Hi episode.
Yeah, I know.
And there I am in my pajamas looking a mess.
Well, we did that.
It wasn't until partway through this that I was just like, you know what, I need to actually, like, not look a mess.
Well, also, you're going to work after this.
Well, yes, but I also did start being all like, okay, I have to put on a real shirt. I'm not going on screen in pajamas again.
Yeah. But I mean, we've done...
I'm still wearing pajama pants. Not today, because I'm going to work.
I'm it's crazy that this thing that was sort of started as a fluke ended up being the thing that we now have the most videos of.
It is, but it's also quicker to make.
Oh yeah,
way
much easier.
quicker to make.
But like we've had.
I mean,
80...
the amount of filming we did last night for several hours netted us about how much screen time?
Probably like half an hour.
No, screen time. Once you put in the episode.
Oh yeah, just like maybe a couple minutes, if that.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So hours worth of filming to get a couple of minutes for the screen time, whereas this is 1-to-1.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we've had 80 episodes of Power Reviews. There were like 40 plus episodes of Ask DB, like 30 plus Jake Says Hi's. Well, live reactions, we've been powering through on this.
Yep.
So let's.
Fed up with this thing.
So let's kick things off with our 100th episode to react to, which is episode 19/20, depending on whether you count the Halloween special of Power Rangers Ninja Steel. Helping Hands.
Is this gonna have like a cousin It in it?
Helping Hand.
I mean, no, Thing, not cousin It.
It'll be a Tanai 17. For that Tanai 15 cameo. That would be hilarious if Adelaide Kane just showed up out of nowhere. It's just like
she is busy now.
I know. She's Mary Queen of Scots.
Exactly.
Power Rangers Ninja Steel. Not quite. It's a bomb. Hey, look what's back from the premiere.
Oh, the hoverboard.
Going riding, going surfing on a pink hoverboard. Oh, sparking. I don't think you're supposed to do that.
No, they're about to fall off.
This is why they wear helmets. It's a good thing they're wearing helmets.
So do you always crash as much or just when I'm on the back?
I would assume she crashes more with the passenger than she does on her own, because the passenger can throw off the balance of a skateboard.
Oh man.
It's not like a car.
Hey.
You add a passenger to a bike or a skateboard,
An extra credit project for
it makes it much more difficult.
Well, here you go.
You're right.
There you go.
I can build a new battery for my hoverboard.
That's a battery problem there.
Well, pardon me, it was called Wisdom of the Gnome.
Oh, that's what you were looking at.
But it is close.
Shoot.
What?
Sarah.
Whoa.
Check out
We
the
are
snack
at
and
her
machine
home.
I invented. Watch this.
Snacking machine?
Toast.
Toast.
Wait, so
Apparently her mother is also an inventor.
Juice. It's great. You can eat while you work.
Yeah, it is great, Mom, but I have to keep moving on my project. I've been working all night, and I can't.
Exactly. This will give you a healthy start to the day. Oh.
Mom.
This is cute and silly.
Perfect fit. So, what's your
Actually, it's not quite perfect fit. It's a juice.
The old one is
it's a juice.
Oh, it's not lined up properly.
It's fine.
This is
My new battery should work.
this is
Can't
odd.
hold enough juice.
You made poor choices on what to serve her.
Sure. Okay. Look, it's still new. I'm still working on it.
A little silly.
If I can't get my battery working, I'm gonna miss out on extra credit.
Are you sure it's a battery problem? I could take a look at it for you.
Oh, but I was singing David the Gnome.
Thanks, Mom, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know why I think because Kingdom of the Gnome, Wisdom of the Gnomes.
I guess
I don't know, I love those shows.
no project for class. Oh.
Bye.
Oh, come on, be a little bit more grateful.
Yeah. Oh no,
She's gonna finish it for her.
Yeah.
And her mother apparently has the technical prowess to do that, but also not particularly much forethought on calibration. So it's probably going to go interestingly.
Oh, he does a powerful force field apparently.
Are you gonna run into it? Oh.
Okay.
Oh. There we go.
There he gets zapped.
I knew something was gonna happen, like he was gonna run face first into it, or like that.
Nothing can get through my force field.
Nice. Oh, he's twitching.
Yeah, he's not having a
Okay. Go! Go! Power Rangers, Ninja Steel. Even with all our might together, Ninja Steel. Woo!
Never give up without a fight together, Ninja Steel.
Power Rangers,
Fear no danger.
Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go! Setting out for what is right together, Ninja Steel. Marching out all day and night together, Ninja Steel. Power Rangers, fear no danger. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go! Ninja Steel. Go, go, Power Rangers, Ninja Steel.
Go, go, Power Rangers.
Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, Ninja Steel. I think that was actually our first time going through that cleanly.
Now I still screwed up whatever they're doing day and night together,
enough.
Ninja
I think
Steel.
they're watching out together.
This is our metal magnet entitled the Mighty Mag.
What's gonna happen?
Find and retrieve any kind of metal.
We're gonna
Why?
use it to find hidden
Even non-magnetic
treasure.
metal?
It can detect and attract metal. Okay, how does that work?
Well, Mr. M will show you on this hubcap.
No.
Now is not the time for that. More specifically, this is not the place for that.
You're in the worst place for that.
He's going to get every
Everything.
hubcap.
Why would you... Wait, did that actually just work?
He dialed in a certain strength and density, and it worked.
Are we geniuses?
How did that not fail
You're
miserably?
right, that is pretty impressive.
Oh, here it does.
Watch out, guys.
Yep, there it goes. It had to fail miserably. Oh no, what is... Ouchie?
They're in it.
Victor? Monty? Are you okay?
You see, it worked like a dream.
Once again,
More like a nightmare.
you should be dead.
Why is there a keyboard?
I don't know.
I understand why there's
I also don't even know why they went out to just show it to them.
Sarah?
Yes. Mom.
What? No. No.
What are you?
Why are you wearing a helmet?
I made you the supercharger to power up your new battery. It'll give it 10 times as much power.
No.
Mom, that's too much.
No.
Hey,
Oh no.
this is awkward.
She's Tim the Toolman Tower.
Sarah, find the
Taylor.
battery.
Taylor,
I know-
more power. Mom, you're gonna crash. Help me.
They don't know what to do. It's your mother. They've never met her.
I'm going to personally show you how well her hoverboard works right now.
Oh no, this is
We're
going
going to
to be
get that extra
awkward.
credit, sweetie.
This is very cringe.
Hope it goes well.
In goes the battery.
This is very cringe.
I'm.
Hold on to your hats,
I'm
everyone.
scared. I'm scared for whatever's about to happen.
Mom's going to crash.
Where is she gonna go? Okay. Of course. Okay, so it's just overloaded.
Here's how you find it when you're editing.
Thank you.
Mom, why would you even do this? I told you it was too powerful.
I didn't mean for your hoverboard to crash, honey. I was just trying to help.
And that's fair.
I don't want your help, Mom. You always have to jump into the middle of things.
This is awkward. It's
From
kind
both sides. Because
yeah.
on the one hand, I get the feeling now that Mom's kind of an over-helping helicopter parent, which is a timely message.
Sure is.
Is that supercharger actually going to tie in with this
Maybe you were a little
metal
too harsh.
finder? And
Don't you think?
No. You saw what she did.
are we setting up Super
Always
Ninja
interfering.
Steel?
Okay.
This would be a really silly way to set up a new season, but I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah. No, but interestingly enough, I mean,
We're on it. Let's go.
we are apparently having, I mean, you're a teacher.
Yeah.
You've heard of the phenomenon.
Yeah, it's a helicopter.
Helicopter parents.
In this case, it's a hoverboard parent.
But since this is aimed at children, on the one hand,
Wow, that was a delayed comeback.
I'm waiting to see what the Aesop is here, because on the one hand, they're both right. She should be a little bit more grateful that her mom tried.
Yeah.
But also, her mom does need to let her fight her own battles.
True.
She's a teenager.
I feel
And I'm a little worried that this is going to turn out with an Aesop of
somebody's going to be right and the other one's going to be wrong.
specifically the mom's going to be right.
Probably.
Because the Power Rangers are always wrong.
In this particular season,
Look.
that seems to happen.
Look,
It's nice to see the line fire thing again.
I mean as far as the Aesop goes, the
Yeah, I
Power
know.
Rangers always have to learn the lesson.
Yeah, well, I'm saying this season, yes.
So that means that it's going to turn out that she should just, you know, let her mom help her with everything, and that's not a message we should be sending.
That was such an unnecessary move. You didn't kick the monster, you kicked off the monster to do
Nothing.
nothing.
Really.
I don't know what that move was.
Flashy. It was flashy. That's what it was.
Also, I was really amused by earlier.
Oh, he's going to
delayed
time his...
comeback.
See, they're not going to know about the wall, and he's just going to time it so it bounces everything
Yeah,
back.
exactly. But
What the?
what?
No!
What?
No!
Why are you hurling them like ninja stars?
That's never a good idea, even when there isn't just a wall.
That went very poorly and was also a very odd choice of attack.
No! Do not throw your teammates! Under any circumstances!
I feel like that's immoral. Don't throw your friends.
I mean, yeah, giving them an alley-oop so that you assist their jump, yes, but turning them into ninja stars and throwing them is just a bad idea overall.
Are you ready for me, Rangers? ... We're ready to kick butt. There's like a weird, like...
Oh, so
few
butt
seconds.
is okay.
Yeah, because they use it in the show. That is what I gauge my whether or not I bleep it. If it's something that I think would appear on Power Rangers, then I'll leave it.
Wait, does that mean I can say the things that Mason Truman says?
Yeah? He never said that. No, he didn't.
You baby alive,
He said then heaven help them.
I don't feel good. Checkups help her feel better.
You really think that Mason Truman said that? You cannot think of the context.
No, but I could swear that was like the big deal.
No, it was that he said heaven help them. That's how rare that is.
I had twins. Now I get to take care of both of you. One lives to
That would never fly.
Huh.
But you both love to play together. You're telling each other secrets. I love you both.
Did I just blow your mind?
Yes.
Surprise! Each sold separately from Spin Master.
It's not that Mason Truman ever cursed, it's that everyone just kind of...
Welcome to the Ribbit Lab.
he just kind of feels like he does.
Down goes the robot, up goes Rusty to the crane.
Oh, you're looking over like trivia on him?
Yes.
Ribbit Lab comes as shown. Other toys sold separately. Only at Toys R Us.
In the stormy sea outside, a sailor is in big trouble. Send out the emergency flare.
I don't remember him saying that.
Hey, we need a
When did he say that?
The giant
That
rescue
doesn't
boat
feel
during the
right.
rescue.
It wasn't. It was.
New helicopter.
I still don't believe he said that.
He did.
Bring it back safely.
Or at the very least, I feel like it was
It was once.
Not included. Each set sold separately.
doesn't feel right to me. I want to
And I'm
fact check that.
pretty sure it was in the pilot.
I want to fact check that.
You go ahead and fact check that, but he did.
Like the one episode where I could see and I won't bleep myself on this.
Oh, you're
is-
gonna bleep me?
No, because context matters. It could have been the episode where they were saving a dam.
Make your own videos and share with your friends. With Kitty Buzz, you can do it all. Kitty Buzz Smart Supplies. Each sold separately.
That's the thing, man.
Turtles bad as bad guys are bad. We're the best of the best.
That's where the context would fit in my mind.
Danger. Bebop and Rocksteady got tough. Disruption.
How you say weak sauce?
And questionable dance moves.
Sure.
Can I get the what?
Apparently, Rocksteady is Russian in the current Ninja Turtles.
Bebop and Rocksteady. Don't miss the Ninja Turtles special.
Apparently that's going to be the last aired new episode of the current Ninja Turtles. I still gotta finish catching up on
Like,
that.
I've got a picture of it in my head. And I thought he said something like, what the H, but apparently he probably said, oh, D. But he was standing outside, and there was, like, bad things happening, and that's why I think it was the pilot.
It was then Heaven Help Us was the line. Because the implications of it.
You failed us.
Hey, Odious, you haven't done anything since manipulating Ripcon into getting blown up.
They won't be able to touch me. Then I'll blast them to pieces.
So you fact check that before you put this up. And if he did say it, I don't get bleeped.
Way to break it. Maybe Nick will have an idea.
So, if line fire armor can't break through that force field, what could?
Supercharged.
Yet.
If that monster's
It's gonna be the supercharged
Megazords may not
thing.
be strong enough to get through.
Guys, look. The prism.
Ooh, we got. Oh, are we doing the triple combo? Triple combo.
It's telling us to combine our 3 Megazords.
That's
we
gonna
can
be
break the force field with that kind of strength. Do we have enough Ninja Steel? To make a new Ninja Star?
No, you don't.
No, you're out.
Except. Oh wait, do they have a piece left? I thought they were. I thought
Oh, they were out.
This is the last piece.
Okay, so this is the last piece. They were all they were afraid they wouldn't have
I've been
enough.
taking inventory of the stars we have. After we use this last piece of Ninja Steel,
That's a lot of stars.
we are gonna have to start melting down old stars to make new ones.
Can you do that?
I don't like the sound of that.
How do you do that?
But don't worry. Ever since I realized that we were running low, I have been scanning the universe, searching for Ninja Steel. So
Okay.
far,
The magnet's gonna find Ninja Steel.
nothing.
Yeah, he's found it.
It's a big universe.
Yeah,
It'll
it
take
is.
time.
So
Can we
supercharged.
save time by doing multiple scans at once?
That's a great idea.
That
Let's do it.
makes sense, I guess.
We'll each take a space quadrant.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Let's do this.
They're in
guys.
alphabetical order.
Let's get to work.
What?
The transcripts.
Got to get this
What?
perfect
Weird.
refining.
Indeed.
No, it wouldn't be in Road to Corinth.
That would be the first episode.
No, but it's not really the pilot. It's
But the
the
star's finished.
All right.
it's the one with the flashbacks to when they closed off
Oh.
Corinth.
It didn't work.
Didn't work.
I
That's.
understand.
Wait, what?
What could we have done wrong?
Rebecca, are you sure you polished it just right?
Of course. I polished
Really?
it to perfection, Sarah.
Okay. Oh, what about the shape?
I calculated the shape exactly.
The weight. The weight. Did
I
you?
promise you that this Ninja Star is precisely designed to activate a Megazord.
Or wait,
Really?
Sorry, Rebecca. I was just trying to help.
Oh, okay. Now
just
she's
like
You're on board to crash, honey.
okay,
she's learning the lesson.
sort of. Except
Your help.
you're not supposed to do your kids' work for them.
And you're probably not supposed to berate your friend when things go
I
wrong.
do appreciate
Wrong lesson learned.
Yep, that's what I thought.
It's okay, Rebecca. I understand.
I mean, she was not being
I reacted the same
appreciative.
way with my mom, except I wasn't smart enough to apologize like you.
I mean, you should have apologized before you left the house, because during that time she was not actually
Supercharger.
the super. Okay, she figured out the supercharger. Okay,
Supercharger? What's happening?
they're gonna use.
Building a
How did you-
supercharger for my hoverboard wasn't a bad idea. It actually made my battery too powerful. Maybe it can supercharge a new star.
Okay, no, it is Ruben.
I feel like this is not.
Star? Here you go. This could work.
I do not know why this is at all necessary. You have not required any power into any of them so far. I guess it's because it's the last one that they need to charge it first. Very strange. Frankie went to be part of the 100th episode. Why are you skipping to Gigantify? He was really effective down there. Why would you think this would be a good idea?
It's fully charged. Hopefully it works.
How do you fully charge
Here you
a...
go, Sarah.
It's a piece of metal. It's not a battery.
You did it,
Sarah! It's working!
Thanks to my mom and her invention.
This is very confusing.
Force fear's gone giant in the city.
The Rangers are in big trouble now!
I don't understand why. Never gigantify your monster.
Before it's defeated?
Yeah, like, you actually often have a better win ratio when they're normal sized. It's much more common for them to force the Rangers into retreat when they're in Ranger form than when they're in Megazord form. Now note, I will admit, this is not that unusual a thing for them to do, so I'm not going to dwell on it too much. But as a teacher, I'm going to say, this is teaching you to let your parents do your homework for you.
Not a good lesson.
No. Wrong.
That's why I said I was afraid it was going to be the wrong helicopter parent answer of, yeah, you should let your parent helicopter.
Let's see what happens. Maybe the parent will
learn to counter apologize. Oh, we can only hope.
I hope.
Oh no, I would have wanted that. I wouldn't have wanted any of these guys, but I would have wanted that.
What the
Zamboni.
The Zamboni. That's cute. Oh, it's the unicorn.
It's the creepy tan unicorn again.
With the digital eyes of doom.
I was looking for episode transcripts, but I can't find any that are full episode transcripts of RPM, which is really weird to me. I mean, you'd think people would have full episode transcripts of all the Power Rangers. I don't know, maybe I'm just having difficulty on mobile. Because I tell you, I can look up a full episode transcript of any Leverage episode, or any Person of Interest episode, or any Star Trek episode like that. I saw this at the store.
What?
I think it's actually really cool.
What?
Bendable, restickable, reusable. Bricks and other toys shown sold separately.
It's
basically Lego block tape?
No, it's not Lego block tape. It's Lego baseboard tape.
It's pretty crazy.
So, like, you can stick it to things, and then you can stick Legos on them.
Yeah.
But you can take the Legos off, and it's just a flat baseboard. You could.
That's clever.
Rather than permanently gluing any form of actual Lego to it, you've just given it a surface that the Legos will attach to.
Right.
And I think that's awesome.
That is pretty awesome. I like it.
And when our kids are old enough to not swallow Lego, we will get that for them.
When we have them. Which we do not yet. We do not have kids. I know there was a misunderstanding.
It was my matron of honor's daughter.
We were at a friend's place where their daughter was there, and I was playing with her to keep her away from the cards.
She's about 1.5, and we keep, like, when we're over there, we're constantly distracted.
She's still at the trying to put stuff in her mouth phase.
She is. Well, she also just wants the cards because everybody else is using them.
That's true.
Whether or not she's going to put them in her mouth, she's going to take them, and she is not equipped to not spindle, bend, or tear cards.
Yeah.
But she's awesome. Yeah, I think she's the best. I'm sure when we have our own kids, I will think ours are the best. But for now, she's the best.
She's holding the place right now.
You're watching Power Rangers Ninja Steel.
Power Rangers charge!
So many little Power Rangers for your little bumper.
Force fear's gone giant in the city.
The Rangers are in big trouble now!
Not really.
Don't know how long the prison's gonna take to finish the story.
What? That's not instant? What is the deal with this star?
Hold them off while we wait.
Why is this star so complicated?
Come out to play!
Maybe it's an ounce too light or something?
But the specifications are exact. And then again, this is Redbot, so what's the word?
The specifications are exact with the amount of metal we have.
As we've established, Redbot is fake news, so who knows?
Yeah, you can't really be trusted, can he? He will lie to make himself look better.
Yep.
Ow! You really threw ninja stars at this guy again?
Yep.
After the people ninja stars failed horribly?
Yep.
Don't worry, Brody.
Actually,
until the new star is finished.
You should be able to take this guy out with your 3 Megazords, because as far as I can tell...
You can only make one wall at a time.
Why are you...
Coming at him all from one side.
Surround him!
It worked.
What on earth is that?
That is their new fusion star thing.
Oh, I get that, but...
Brody, the new Ninja Ultra Star.
Ultra Star.
Here goes.
Hey.
Thanks, Vic. Ninja Sprint.
You know, I never realized where their entrance was on the outside. That's kind of cool.
Oh, we saw that.
Behind that, I said I never realized. I was probably looking at my phone at the time.
I think, well, we pointed it out when, in that episode with Robot Aiden.
Did they go through the hubcaps?
Yeah, well, he pops out of the tire.
Yeah, and through the hubcaps.
I guess. Whee!
They swing like a curtain.
It worked! Amazing! Check it out! It's awesome!
You know, that's another interesting Power Rangers concept.
What?
That one bigger thing is better than 2 smaller things.
Yes.
Maybe it can break down that force
Well, it's supposed to be a metaphor for
sometimes,
teamwork.
tactically speaking, 2 smaller things work better.
Yeah. Although I will admit this is kind of hilarious.
I mean, seriously, it's got caterpillar treads now!
Yes.
That's a serious limiting factor!
Yep.
This is like that time that it turned out that the SPD headquarters was a Zord, and it's just like, why?
Okay, that was pretty cool though. Then it could walk, then it transformed into a Megazord. It had more firepower.
Look, having more firepower is great, and being armed is great, but the part where it actually transformed into a Zord...
Why couldn't you have done that?
I mean, everybody's offices are sideways now.
But regardless, you currently have a Zord piloting a Zord piloting a Zord, which is kind of hilarious.
Great, so it's rushing nesting dolls.
Yes. Now you see, that is an Ultra Zord. I'll take that as an Ultra Zord.
Well, absolutely it's an Ultra Zord. I am bringing question upon the concept of Ultra Zord in the... That is an Ultra Zord, and it works very well as an Ultra Zord. I am bringing question to the concept of Ultra Zord because...
Well, usually it's an extra Zord you bring in for it.
Oh, hi, honey. Oh, I see you're fixing that old clock.
It's about time.
Yeah,
Very funny.
That's cute. She seems vaguely familiar, the mother. I don't know why.
Actually, I thought maybe you can help me finish it. After what happened, you really want me near your board? I should not have flipped out on you like that.
That's true.
She shouldn't.
To help, and that's never the wrong thing to do.
No, sometimes it is.
Sometimes it is the wrong thing to do.
She shouldn't have done your work for you. That wasn't helping, that was doing your work for you. And then...
Helping is when you do it together. She wasn't there. That's doing...
Oh, wait, no, she just said...
ask you first.
Next time I'll promise I'll ask you first.
Okay, well that's good. But still, if you let her do it for you, even if she has asked, no. Participate in your own homework.
Academic integrity.
Very disappointed, Monty.
Wait.
It's been all day and I'm not rich.
What?
And all we found is that junk. Guess there isn't any gold around.
That's
We'll have to
Ninja
find
Steel.
something even rarer than gold.
Victor, you know how to work that thing.
What?
Watch the master.
You made him... You allowed him to use it earlier. Oh, he's turning everything to max?
Come to Papa.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Still no Ninja Steel on the schedule.
No.
Wait, what's that?
Oh, incredible. This is it.
What?
He's magneting a comet.
No, he's
An
not.
asteroid that seems to contain Ninja Steel.
It's passing through our solar system.
Wait, what?
Epic. We could use the Astro Sword to go and get it.
No, you can't use the Astro Zord because
Nick,
they're taking all your ninja stars.
Oh.
Victor and Monty are stealing all your ninja stars.
What's going on?
No. No.
No, not all of them, just the one they need.
Really?
Oh, no,
No.
here comes the rest of them.
No.
oh no.
No, 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 no,
Duck.
no. No, Victor and Monty, why? Literally, why?
Ninja stars. They're gone.
No, oh my. Victor and Monty, you are in trouble.
And it's easy to take them from Victor and Monty.
Oh my, okay.
It's some kind of magnet. Where did you get this device?
We made it. Actually, he made it.
Are you
It's fantastic.
are you being recruited now?
Well, of course, I had a lot to do with it.
It grabbed all these ninja stars. Who cares who made it?
Okay.
Well, this will explain why they need a new power set next season?
Yeah.
What? Where are they? They're not here. How is that possible?
The Rangers must still have them.
Not for long. Take those
Okay, so, right, the Rangers aren't there, so the Rangers' personal power stars are AWOL.
Oh, and now Victor and Monty have been captured.
Stop whimpering, fools.
Where's the buzz cam? This season's finale will be one to remember. As I finally.
It's gonna be his season finale, too.
That's adorable. Okay. So that's the thing with that. Victor and Monty, you are
In trouble now.
you've created a serious problem here.
For yourself as well as others.
This is not great. I'm curious what the deal is with the additional ninja steel in the asteroid thing, which doesn't really look so much like an asteroid as it does a comet. Asteroids don't just fly by Earth, generally speaking.
I apologize, I used the wrong astronomical term.
No. It wasn't you, it was Mick.
Oh, okay.
Mick referred to it as an asteroid. When it really looks more like a comet, but then again, comets, I
Comets
guess,
are
are
made of ice, aren't they?
well, ice and rock. They're not usually thought of as being metallic, though, which you usually get more metal out of asteroids. It's just
That's why I thought it was pulled off course by the magnet.
fair enough, but
Because
that's not where it was pointing, which is why I'm like, oh no. When I started saying oh no is when I realized,
I thought they were going to get the ninja stars too,
yeah,
until we were shown the celestial body in question.
yeah.
And then I thought it would get that, and then it wound up doing what I thought it would do the first time. I shouldn't have changed my answer.
Fair enough. Actually, one thing I do want to double check is because we were complaining about the lesson as the apology was happening. I do want to see what the mom actually ended up saying, because that was one of our problems.
She said she'd ask next time.
But I think she said something before that. Did she say that it was wrong to work on her child's homework?
Nope.
I want to see that.
I promise I'll ask you first.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so there's a
I was wrong to jump into your project like that.
okay.
Next time, I promise I'll ask you first.
Okay, so there's still no acceptance of it's wrong to do your child's homework.
It's just wrong to do your child's homework without asking
permission.
them.
So that's a little.
Yeah, that's when I was like, nope.
This was a little bit cringy on a few points here.
The teachers of America do not thank you.
Academic integrity. It's important.
It is okay for you to help your children with their homework. It is not okay for you to do their homework.
Also, for someone who's like super enthusiastic about inventing, she is oddly blasé about her mother also being an inventor.
Well, maybe actually that makes quite a bit of sense to me.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those like, you know, well, yeah, I'm an inventor. So is my family. Inventing is normal.
True. But she's always like super excited about her inventions and just kind of.
Mom.
It's
I mean,
like
a lot of the times kids have same
yeah,
similar
I know.
interests to their parents, and their parents' version of things. They're like, oh. So, for example, musicians.
Yeah. It's mostly amusing because this is the least enthusiastic we've ever seen Sarah about anything.
And honestly, at the beginning, I thought it was really quite cute when her mom made her the juice thingy, even though it went horribly wrong, because it was like, oh, it's the inventor mom equivalent of put on a coat before you go outside.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is good parenting.
That's true.
The toast and juice idea was a good parenting move, even if it went wrong.
I will admit that was a cute little
that's the kind of help that she should be more grateful for.
Yes.
Obviously it went horribly wrong, but her mom just wanted to feed her.
Yeah, you should.
Parents, they should make sure you do your homework, but they shouldn't do it for you. If you have questions, they should help you. They should make sure that you're eating, sleeping, taking care of your hygiene needs.
Yeah.
These are things that parents do. So saying to your kid, you need to eat some toast, you've been working too long.
Yeah. Also, she wasn't really so much, it wasn't so much that she was helping as she just kind of made an additional invention.
Yes, I made a supercharger for your battery. It's like, wait, what? That wasn't my project.
I don't know.
Although I think her project was her hoverboard, which I think is cheating at projects also because she already had it.
Well, the project was to make a new battery for the hoverboard.
Oh.
Also, I'm not sure if Victor and Monty were showing off their metal finder thing because they were in class at that time.
I almost feel like they were.
Is their entire class just the Rangers and Victor and Monty? That's the entire shop class?
It seemed like they were presenting it to Mick for grading.
I think that's what was happening. I think that their entire shop class is just the Rangers and Victor and Monty.
Which begs the question, what was the project for the rest of the Rangers? Did any of them have projects?
Apparently it was extra credit.
Oh, you're right.
So nobody else cared enough, I guess.
Maybe that's what it is, though. Maybe nobody else maybe it wasn't in class. Maybe it was after class. Turn in your... Because you could turn in your extra credit after school hours.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So maybe that's what it was, is they showed up to turn up their extra credit after school hours, and the Rangers showed up to support their friend.
Yeah.
And there are plenty more people in that class, but they didn't do the extra credit.
That'll work.
I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
I had a teacher in 6th grade, I think it was.
Yeah.
Who, for reasons I do not understand, had me working after school all year on a collage of Dalmatians. She had all the Dalmatians already cut out.
Huh. Okay.
And I got extra credit for it.
Congrats.
But I would stay after school and just keep gluing Dalmatians to the collage and arranging them.
Fascinating.
I feel like she was trying to give me an excuse to stay at school instead of going home.
Oh.
And I'm kind of grateful.
Oh. So we've now queued up things with the finale. I was curious.
I stayed after on the last day of school.
Wow, that is
to finish that collage.
That is commitment. So I wonder if the supercharger is going to play into any of the Super Ninja Steel that'll have for next season. I don't know if that could just be a one-time thing. I have no idea. But this is one of the most
maybe the Ninja Steel in the comet is Super Ninja Steel. It's
maybe.
It's more betterer for some reason.
We'll find out, I guess. I
would like to know why they haven't picked up the celestial body when they're scanning the universe for Ninja Steel as well.
Oh, what with
the baddies?
The bad guys. Well, it's a big universe as they established. So
yes, but now it's in the solar system. So are they going to have to?
They'll probably detect it soon, and then there'll be the whole competition for it. That looks like a lot more Ninja Steel than what they've been using. If it's like an asteroid worth of Ninja Steel.
Watch it turn out to be this big.
Yeah, it's like, well, it turns out we weren't really working to scale. It was a meteorite.
Which would actually make more sense than a comet or an asteroid.
Yeah, that would be like the right size for them to work with. You can't.
No, a meteorite would not only be the right size, but it would be something that could be heading towards Earth and made of metal.
Yeah.
It's a meteorite!
Although I think technically at the moment it's a meteor because it hasn't entered Earth's atmosphere yet.
Yes. It's a meteor.
Yeah.
It's a meteor.
It's a meteor. Brush up on your space terms now, because I have a feeling that next time you start writing, you're going to need a lot.
Comets go around a star. They have ice tail. They have ice that's always schluffing off of them. That's why they have the tail.
Yep.
They don't generally impact planets because they have their own orbit.
Yeah. They also have a highly eccentric orbit.
Yeah, they kind of go alone. Whereas asteroids tend to live in a belt.
Yes.
With other asteroids.
You're sounding super patronizing.
I know. That was the joke.
Fair enough. I mean, the mom was a cute and nice character. If you know, well-meaning.
Remedial astrophysics.
If poorly directed in her actions. But she was nice and pleasant and well-intentioned, so she was a fine character. Whenever there's that impenetrable wall trope with Power Ranger monsters, though, I always wonder why you don't
split up and go behind.
It makes so much more sense.
And I think the reason they don't split up and go behind is because of the same trope that causes Ultrazords.
Yeah.
Is that they don't really necessarily have the concept of teamwork being performed by splitting the team to do separate jobs.
Yeah, they're not very good with that sort of thing.
Because sometimes teamwork is 2 groups doing something in concert, or even 5 people doing 5 different things in concert that complement one another. Power Rangers has a general teamwork framework of we all do the same thing together to make it more powerful, which is the brute force solution to most problems.
Pretty much.
So I think that's why they don't go around the other side of the wall, because there is a formula, and the formula involves brute force, plus also, you know, that is something which would have carried over from the Sentai.
I know that was a Sentai gaffe.
It's always a Sentai gaffe.
I feel like there's got to be an exception to that somewhere.
Somewhere I'm sure there is, and I'm sure it is when it's a situation where someone hangs a lampshade on it, and they're all like, ha ha ha, why don't we do this? No one ever does this.
I really would like to see the Rangers fight a little smarter rather than harder. That is something that's not really the fault of the writers in this one. You're right, it is a Sentai thing. But it is kind of one of those little Sentai sort of...
Well, I mean, it also has to do with their finishers.
Yeah.
Instead of, you know...
Well, there are certain cases where it makes sense, there are certain cases where it doesn't.
Right.
This was one where it was...
If you have a hammer, every solution, every problem looks like a nail.
The monster clearly had, you know, a one-dimensional line of attack, so it would have made sense to circumvent that. Anytime that it's a singular wall as opposed to, say, a circular barrier, it makes sense. If it was a circular barrier,
then they make sense. You want to brute force it, but if it's a one wall,
just go around it.
Yeah, you have to have someone distracting him in front of the wall, and then you attack him from behind.
Yeah.
But again, they had only so much Sentai footage to work with. But that is because they're always working from Sentai, and Sentai has that problem. They will always have
actually,
that problem.
a good example of when they've done it right was actually in Time Force, and you saw this, was during the Destiny trilogy, when they had the Time Force Megazord riding on the back of the Q-Rex. The Q-Rex charged the monster, grappled with the monster. The Time Force Megazord flipped up over the back and slashed from behind.
Yes.
It's
flanking.
Yes, it's a very viable, simple strategy.
I mean, there's a reason you get flanking bonuses at Dungeons and Dragons, and actually you get flanking bonus in some of the games I play online too, the MMOs. If you get you and your friend on opposite sides of the monster.
Exactly.
Flanking bonus. Power Rangers should be using the flanking bonus, but they can't because Sentai's not using the flanking bonus.
Yeah, that's the problem. But I will admit, at the very least, I do like the design of this Ultrazord better than a number of Ultrazords I've seen in the past. Because it's the first one where it feels actually kind of like we've got a carrier Zord situation.
It does. Well, yeah.
We haven't really had a proper
As
carrier
soon as you
Zord.
bring tractor treads into it, you have a carrier Zord.
Yes and no.
As far as I'm concerned.
The way that
because
it
you've reduced its mobility to the point of a carrier Zord.
Well, sometimes you have legs that have tractor treads as feet.
Fair enough. Every time you have removed the legs from
Yeah.
the Zord, you have a carrier.
But like,
or the wheels in the case of wheeled vehicle Zords.
I'm like trying to look back on like what other Ultra Zords we've had.
No, like the Mystic Force one just walked around.
Mystic Force didn't have an Ultra Zord.
It had a really big Zord. Is Ultra Zord not just the culmination of putting together all your Zords?
Well, they also never did that though. Mystic Force? No, they had the Titan Megazord, and they had the Centaurus Wolf Megazord, and they had the Solar Streak Megazord and the Manticore Megazord, but they never combined any of their Megazords together that season.
Oh. I could swear there was one that wound up with the Megazord having a hat for some reason.
That was their basic Megazord. Their basic Megazord had a hat and wings.
Oh, I know. Remember he had wings, but I didn't remember the witch hat being part of it normally.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because it was formed from the Minotaur's horns.
It's been too long since I've watched Mystic Force.
It has been a long time. But with like, for instance, I think they had it was the Ultra Gosei Great Megazord in Megaforce. That one, it had all the heads.
So many heads.
But it was still, just purely humanoid with like wings, with like the wings turning into a giant shoulder chest plate thing.
Yep.
Samurai had the Gigazord, which was very Megazord-esque, or very Ultra Zord-esque, although it really looked more like a Megazord standing on display stands than an actual, like, something charging a carrier into battle.
Fair enough.
We had the RPM Ultra Zord, which was still very humanoid, but with wings and stuff out the back. That was, again, these are still, like, massive combos of, like, 14 Zords.
But they still have 2 legs and lumber around.
Which doesn't feel like an Ultra Zord to me. An Ultra Zord, I always think back to the original Ultra Zord, which was, they were literally riding Titanus like a chariot. That is just a gorgeous combo.
Doesn't it? I'm sorry, Titanus? The pyramid? No, that's Pyramidas.
Pyramidas. No, Titanus was the Brachiosaurus from season 1.
Huh.
The Megazord would get the Dragonzord as like the shoulder armor, and then they jump into
nothing.
And then they jump into Titanus.
This is why people, when they ask in the comments, "Hey, Marissa, do you have any fandoms other than Power Rangers?" I'm just like,
Power Rangers is like barely your fandom.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what's going on with most of Power Rangers,
even
but
though
I can recite every episode of Leverage from memory.
You do heavily involve yourself in Power Rangers fan activities, but it's more as a result of being recruited.
To you.
But then you had.
I mean, that's why I make an good alternate perspective for all of these things, because I don't really know. I'm not indoctrinated into the formulaicness of it, so I'll sit here and go,
Right. And then we had the Thunder Ultra Zord, which was a bit of an odd combo because it did combine all the Zords together, but oddly enough, it combined them all as in an untransformed form. Mm-hmm. So it's just like they put the White Tiger Zord inside of Tor, and then just plopped all the other Zords on top of Tor. Tor being the shuttle Zord, it was a giant turtle.
Turtle, yes.
That was the one where you had the spinning and the drop.
It's tortoises all the way down.
Yes, I know.
I was about to make that joke before you told me he was a turtle.
Fair enough.
Because I remember.
And then
I was sitting on the back of a tortoise.
And then they brought Titanus back for season 3, even though it was really just pictures of the toys, for the Ninja Ultra Zords and Shogun Ultra Zords. There was no Ultra Zord in the Sentai for that season, so they literally took the toy version of the Ninja Megazord and plopped it into Titanus and filmed that as the Ultra Zord. Same thing with the show. They took Ninja Mega Falcon Zord, plopped it in Titanus. Shogun Mega Falcon Zord plopped it in Titanus. And then Titanus disappeared after Mighty Morphin ended. But we did get the Zeo Ultra Zord, which was pure Midas. That thing was, there were actually two different forms of the Zeo Ultra Zord. One where it was like they were all on top of pure Midas as it rolled in sort of an extended form. And another where it was standing and everything went to the back to give it extra cannons and whatnot. That one was a pretty cool Ultra Zord, mostly because it was just a giant standing thing with just mega cannons. The Zeo Ultra Zord was just a massive thing of firepower.
I think at some point when they managed to combine themselves and become just a hulking thing with guns is where they lose me. Because, like, for example, like, that's the sort of... I'm like, you are no longer... Why are you...
Well, that's the point where I'm like...
Zords... Well, Megazords, to me, have always been somewhat humanoid.
That's why I consider... That's one of the things where I separate a Megazord from an Ultra Zord. An Ultra Zord, in my mind, in an Ultra Zord, you're sacrificing mobility for firepower.
Okay. I don't like Ultra Zords.
That's fair. For me, it's... I like it because...
Except for Mystic Force had a dragon.
You get to see all the Zords in a single unit, and it's something different, and it should be aesthetically a culmination of everything, which worked with the original Ultra Zord. That was the only one where I felt was
definitely an aesthetic culmination.
Yeah.
However, it feels like a step backwards in actual fighting capability, and yet is presented as something that is more powerful.
Well, it is your most powerful offensive weapon. It's basically, you know, your kind of glass cannon where...
It's not
glass cannon.
It's the tank.
It's the tank. It's when you bring out the tank. It's when the only solution is you need a bigger, you know, laser. It is the biggest laser. So there is a value to an Ultra Zord. It is to basically be exclusively used as a finisher. It's not for combat.
Yes.
That's
the part where
it is the long-range artillery. And long-range artillery can be really cool.
Yes, it can. But it doesn't need to be... Why don't they just have artillery? Why does it need to...
They become the artillery. That's what you do when you need the most artillery. You turn into artillery. Hence, best Megazord finisher of all time, the Swap Megazord. Where it literally turns into a giant blaster.
That's actually where my brain was going just now. I was like, well, it worked for that.
That one was one of my favorite finishers. But yeah, after the Zeo Ultra Zord, though, we just kind of stopped having Ultra Zords for a long time. Until Operation Overdrive was the next time we had an Ultra Zord. And
sorry,
even that
I don't
one
remember
was...
anything about Operation Overdrive after the scene where they showed us that Rose is a really good roboticist.
I think the Ultra Zord showed up before that.
No, because that...
Oh wait, no, that one for... Oh, you mean from the first episode?
Yep. After that,
I thought you were going for something different with Rose, and then I realized what you said. But actually,
just let me have my happy image of Rose as a competent and intelligent Pink Ranger with roboticistness, and forget the rest of Operation Overdrive and the rest
You mean
of
like
what
when she
happened
became a pirate?
La 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 la.
She was a pirate.
La.
But actually, the Drive Max Ultra Zord, if I recall the name correctly, is actually the form I always leave my Overdrive Zords in. Up at the top of my cabinet.
He is pointing in this direction because there is a room.
There's a room over there.
Way over there.
Where I have my...
The swords are not even in this room. He is pointing across the apartment to the room where he keeps them.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's the form that I've... In case you've ever noticed,
that none of them can see.
Yeah, I'm not just pointing them out for them. You're the one who said you can't remember it. So I was saying that's what it looks like. It's the big Operation Overdrive Zord on top of my cabinet. You don't need to remember the show. You just remember the thing that's on top of my cabinet.
The one I remember on top of your cabinet is the Fiery Flame Mystic...
yeah, the Manticore Megazord.
Yeah, I like that one.
But anyway, It
transforms by battery.
That was a big deal because that was the first time we had something called an Ultrazord since Zeo. Because Turbo didn't have it, even though they had Artillotron. Space didn't have it. Lost Galaxy had the Zenith Carrier Zord, but that never combined with anything.
Nobody used any of the ketchup last night.
Nope. I forgot that was even there. We had some fries.
We didn't bring the ketchup. The more Posners brought the ketchup, just in case anyone wanted it, and nobody did.
Super Train Megazord was a form of a Carrier Zord, but it became a separate Megazord.
But they brought me a burger, so I'm happy.
Time Force didn't really have anything. The closest thing was when the Time Force Megazord rode the Q-Rex, but even then Time Shadow wasn't involved.
Riding on a T-Rex is always cool.
Wild Force, they never... The closest thing was like the Pegasus Megazord, but they still refer to it as Megazord. And the term Ultrazord didn't come back till Overdrive, and that was a humanoid Megazord. I'm like, okay, I'm glad you have an Ultrazord back, but that doesn't feel like an Ultrazord. This one feels like an Ultrazord, because you literally have a Zord riding a Zord riding a Zord. And that's kind of amazing to me.
I'm glad it pleases you.
It feels like the first proper Ultrazord we've had since 1996.
It feels like the most annoying Zord I've seen lately, and I guess that's because I don't like Ultrazords.
Fair enough. It feels like a tank.
Look, they're either their little components or they're people made out of little components. If you go past that, I start getting irritated.
Well, they're either the components, which
sometimes
are the Zords,
they're people made up of
or
two
they're
people
made up of components, which is a Megazord, or it's a giant tank of
people
doom.
made up of two people.
There's something satisfying about the giant tank of doom.
Don't like it.
Like even the ones that weren't straight up Ultrazords, like the Super Trains, just like, that thing's still like really beefy and you know is doing damage. Super Train.
This is the reason why I play DPS. I'm not the tank, I don't know. Tanking just... No, but as it turns out, tanking is way more important in some situations than I thought it was, because you need to take... There's this one situation where the tank actually has to be in certain places at certain times in order to ensure that the boss monster is in certain places at certain times.
Yeah.
Because the tank is just the one who goes nanny nanny foo foo and gets beat up while everybody else beats up the boss.
Also, you can't deny that felt so Gurren Lagann. That combo was so Gurren Lagann. You had a Zord piloting a Zord piloting a Zord, just like you would have a mech piloting a mech piloting a mech.
And yet, for some reason, it didn't register to me.
That final move or not final move, but that one move where the Ninja Steel Megazord jumps out of the Flying Fire Zord, and then the Robo Red Zord jumps out.
No, I can see where you're getting it from, but you're just like, it's so Gurren Lagann. It's like, you know, at the time it didn't occur to me.
I know it didn't occur to you, but now that I pointed out,
yes,
that especially that move was like.
I feel like if it was so Gurren Lagann, it would have jumped out at me then.
I feel like it's something that flew over your head, and now that it's in there, it makes sense.
It makes some grudging sense, but I still.
That was like one of their biggest mechanics when it came to their robots.
I know, but this just...
There's always robots piloting robots.
It just doesn't feel Gurren Lagann to me for some reason.
That felt very Gurren Lagann to me. Believe in the me that believes in that being very Gurren Lagann.
Okay.
Thank you.
I believe in the you that believes in Gurren Lagann metaphors.
But yeah, at least now we do have at least some setup for our end game, which is nice.
Yeah, and I think this is an interesting way for them to, because obviously the bad guys are not going to get their base power set probably.
Yeah. They'll.
But this would explain why we never see any of these Zords again after because presumably they're going to move on now to a different Sentai source.
No.
No.
No, because it's Super Ninja Steel is going to be more Ninja. They're not changing up their costumes.
Oh, then why do the bad guys have to take all their stars? I guess they'll get them back.
They'll probably get them back.
I was thinking that this was a setup for them to switch suits.
No, they're not. They're not pulling the Megaforce, Super Megaforce again. They're doing their usual split of the source material across 2 seasons. Unless next season they're suddenly all driving trains, which would be such a twist. Or they're all Minecraft animals. That would be such a massive twist and would just blow everyone's mind if all of a sudden they were using a different Sentai source for season 2. Because there's been no advertising to indicate that, and so if they were to do that, that would be amazing. I want to see them do that now.
Everybody's brain would fall out. They'd be like, I was not expecting that.
Power Rangers Ninja Trains. We were talking for a while how that would be hilarious.
Ninja Trains?
Ninja Trains.
Who's we?
Just the fandom.
Oh, okay. See, I'm not in that fandom. I don't know what's going on.
This was back when Dino Charge had, shortly after, this was when we were trying to figure out what was going to come next after Dino Charge. And everybody kind of assumed it was going to be ninjas. But everybody also thought it would be hilarious if it was Ninja Trains. Because the only piece of Tokyuger that we got is Cosmo Royale's costume. And I also have to say, Cosmo Royale continues to be a standout for the villains for me.
He is amazing.
Most specifically, shout out to his suit actor being awesome. Because that little twitch as he's lying on the ground, that was great. And I feel like that was like a little extra thing that didn't need to be there, but it just added a little spice. I like that.
Yeah, it really sold the electrocution.
Yeah. Even though it wasn't an electrocution situation, he just kind of
made it look like one.
It did. Actually, it just looked like he was having a seizure. I feel really bad for Cosmo Royale
because it was pause jerk.
Yeah,
it looked to me more like the after effects of an electrocution.
Yeah, that's true. But anywho, you need to get to work.
Yes, I do.
So, thank you for sticking with us through 100 of these, swear jars and all, and I still don't believe with Mason Truman there.
Oh, mutually assured destruction. Okay.
Okay. So until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. Here's to 100 more.